Okay, so next up, we're going to take a look at a station model. So let's take a look at station number 1, and we're going to use the ESRT station model explanation to decode the information that's there and find out the present weather. So it starts off pretty easy, temperature in degrees Fahrenheit. Remember, we can find that just to the top and left of the circle. So in this case, it would be this 65, telling us that it's 65 degrees Fahrenheit, that station. The barometric pressure, remember we're going to have to do our abbreviation trick. So the barometric pressure is found here to the top right. I have 998. I'm going to copy that down. 998. And now I'm going to add a 9 to the front of the number because it's in between 500 and 999. So my barometric pressure, remember our decimal point goes in between the last two digits. So the barometric pressure in this station model is 999.8 millibars. The barometric trend, what's happening, sorry we didn't go over this before, but you'll see a plus or a minus indicating if the pressure is increasing, we'll have a plus, and decreasing if there's a minus. And just like it does here in the explanation, it will also put a decimal point in between the true value. So if we see -30 here where it says barometric trend, then I know that it is decreasing 3.0 millibars according to this station diagram. The precipitation type, we're going to see that in between the temperature and the dew point, and we can get that here from the present weather, so it's just a matter of decoding. I see that equal sign of those two lines going horizontally, so that means that we have fog currently. Next up is going to be wind direction. Remember, it's blowing from the direction where the staff is coming off. So we're going to say from the south. The wind speed, we'll count up the feathers coming off the staff. So we have 10, plus 10 is 20, plus another 5 is 25. And the value would be knots. And percent of sky covered by clouds. Well, here we see the entire circle covered in dark, so that means that we have 100% cloud coverage. And that does make sense because our temperature is pretty close to our dew point there. And that would explain the fog that we're having too. All right, so that's how we work with a station model. Let me erase that. The last thing that we're going to do together is we're going to go in the opposite direction. So we're going to have data from a table, and we're going to input that into a station model. So here we go. Let's erase this here. Okay, so the last part of working with station models is to be able to take data out of this data table and to input it into the station model that we have here. So it does have Rochester already done, but I'd rather use the diagram that's in my ESRT because I really like this explanation that we have here. So here we go for Buffalo, the second city in the line. The temperature is 60, so that will go in the top right. And I can cross it out just to kind of keep track of what I'm doing. The dew point goes down and to the left, so that would be 45 degrees. The wind speed and direction is coming from the northeast at a speed of 5 knots. So I'll have my staff come off in the northeastern direction. One short little feather to indicate 5 knots. I have this one, and this one. For my air pressure, remember before we added a 10 or a 9 and we added the decimal. So now I'm going to get rid of my 10 or my 9 and I'm going to get rid of my decimal. And I'll put 301 to abbreviate the barometric pressure. The sky is about 10% covered, so I'm just going to do a little bit of a sliver and estimate. Figure about a quarter is about 25%, so even less than half of that, about 10% would be about there. And the present weather, since there is no current precipitation, we won't have to have a symbol here. I'm going to get rid of this stray dot. So notice that in a station model, we don't have any units. We don't have anything other than what's being shown here in the station model explanation. Remember to use that ESRT. I hope this video was helpful. Good luck in your work with station models.